And we're live. I'm joined now by Jack Mason, who's going to be chatting to me about the Cage Warriors Academy Southeast 36 card, which is coming up this weekend. It comes round so quick, Jack.
Oh no. Yeah, it's I just realised we've got people flying in today. So I was in my office at work, and I was like, yeah, they were arriving tonight, so I wanted to book their taxis and stuff like that. So yeah,
Oh my God.
I'm really quick. Yeah.
There's so much that goes into these. I mean, yeah, you've got people flying in from all over the world. Is that one half of the main event that's flying in today?
So obviously there's a bit of jet lag involved there. So
Yeah.
Namiki has come from he went from Japan to Sacramento, finished his last few weeks of camp out there. Then he's coming, in the process of flying from Sacramento to JFK, and then JFK to Heathrow. He'll be arriving tonight. Yeah.
Oh my God, what a trip. So that is it. That let's talk about it then. We've talked about his travel over here. There's always great main events. There's always a great full card, but this main event I feel takes the biscuit. We've got Charlie Falco, hometown favourite. He's had the belt before, the pro strawweight belt. He made it his own. He lost it back in October 23 to Helias. We tried to get that rematch. I think you've been trying tirelessly.
Yeah, so Elias has moved up a weight now, so he's no longer a straw weight, and he said he can't make the weight again. So
yeah,
puts him out. So we're desperately trying to find Charlie another opponent. We're also in talks. There are a lot of it's very difficult to match these straw weights, especially in Europe. So we're trying to get him out to Asia. Been speaking to ONE FC, and what they've said is he needs a win over a high level opponent, and what could be better than Namiki Kawahara, who's a ONE FC vet. He's the deep strawweight champion. He's also the Uriah Faber A1 combat strawweight champion as well. So multiple time world champion, and Charlie's he's got his work cut out, obviously, but if he can pass that test, then we hope to see Charlie go on to bigger and better things.
He seems really, really up for this challenge. He's really excited about it, isn't he?
Yeah, so there's sort of a connection. Obviously, I've got a good relationship with Uriah Faber and Danny Castillo, the coach of Miki. Charlie's actually been out to Alpha Male as well, done some training out there. He's met and trained with Miki as well. And Corey, obviously Corey McKenna, she's sort of really good friends with Charlie, friends with Namiki. And for whatever reason, it's all friendly, but they really wanted to fight each other. So, and obviously it's really difficult to find these strawweight matches. So, two super high level guys, a world class fight. Really, really excited about it.
This is going to be huge. Whoever takes this is going to be a massive accolade. Obviously, I never sit on the fence. So I really hope Charlie smashes this one out the park and he's able to move on to that one would be amazing for obviously at Charlie's weight. Like that's the natural fit, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. And Charlie can make 115 with the rehydration clause, and obviously he can also fight at 125 with the hydration clause as well. So that really opens up a lot of opportunities for Charlie. So love to see him be able to do that.
Yeah, I'm just so excited, and what a high level fight to have on your show and your card, like having the talent of Namiki.
We said it in the promotional material, but this is legitimate world class MMA on your doorstep. So get down. It's really privileged to put the fight on.
This isn't normal for a regional show to be flying people in from California to putting them up for a week to be on the card.
Thing, these guys, obviously we have we're bearing a pretty high cost in terms of like flights, hotels, taxi, all that kind of stuff. But these guys, Charlie and Namiki, they're fighting this world class professional MMA fight for for very little money, but they're both doing it because these opportunities are really rare for them.
Yeah.
And they both love to fight, and this is why they're doing it. Is it gives this sport gives you some great experiences, great life experiences, and both of these guys are real true martial artists, and that's what they want.
Yeah, they got their eyes on the future prize. There's a lot of reward in this fight for one of them. So, God, I'm just absolutely buzzing for that main event.
Yeah.
The co-main, we've got another pro fight as well. Connor Hayes is back. So we know him well.
So Connor was our middleweight champ for quite some time. Went unbeaten as an amateur. He made his professional debut on Cage Warriors, the big show, and he looked great in the fight, but he made some silly mistakes, and then ended up getting caught later on in the rounds. By again our previous light heavyweight champ Angus Hewitt. So there were two top level guys. Really tough fight.
It was such a good fight as well.
Debut. Yeah, it was a fantastic fight. But Connor's looking for redemption. He's been training up and down the country, being at Team Renegade, doing a lot of sparring with some of the top middleweights and welterweights there. And I'm very excited to see him back. He always brings a great energy, brings a big crowd. So yeah, it's going to be a fantastic co-main. Really looking forward to it. And I know that Connor's
an opponent for him, right?
Yeah, so he was actually due to fight a guy that trains in Italy, but a very experienced kickboxer who was also had about 10 professional MMA fights as well. So Connor was training very hard for that fight. That guy's now injured. We've managed to find a replacement in Rob Peters, who's a legitimate stand-up threat. I think Connor, definitely has advantages on the ground.
Yeah.
But if they keep it standing, it's going to be a bit of a war, I think. And I know that Rob's got some real power as well. So dangerous fight for Connor.
Really excited to have Connor back on the card. Like you say, he always brings a crowd, and he always puts on a show. So that's just going to be a great kind of climax to the evening.
Yeah.
Moving on to the AMI title fights. Ben Edwards is defending his 170-pound title. Every time he gets in the cage, he impresses me more and more. He feels like he's got an older head on his shoulders than he is.
He definitely does. Like you can pretty sure you can attribute that to his upbringing and his parents. I've never met him, but you can tell them by the way he carries himself. He's super respectful, very hardworking. The fireman by day as well. So he's a very hard worker, and he's a lovely human being as well. But he works very hard, really wants it. He's got some high aspirations for himself, but he's also very humble. And I know the improvements he's been making in his training for this fight. He's got a very tough test ahead of him. But very looking forward to seeing how that goes. Jovan, he's also been putting in a ton of work. He's obviously working with guys at GB Top Team, at G1 Striking as well, and he's looking. You see a lot of his sort of videos leading up to, in his training camp leading up to this fight, and he's looking very sharp on the pads. Trained some top guys at GB Top Team, so expect him to come in very well prepared.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited to see two of the top welterweights in the UK to go head to head there.
He got a win over another BKK fighter last time out in Ethan, didn't he? Just frustrated Ethan on the ground. Yeah,
he come in with a really good game plan. We could hear his corner team, PK, and others. They were very diligent with their game plan there. They knew exactly what they wanted to do, and he stuck to it, and got a pretty pretty dominant decision there because of the way he starts the game plan. So I'm expecting him to come in very well game plan this time with some improved skills to back it up as well. So it'll be a very good fight.
Very, very, very good fight, and between them, they've fought some really good opponents. Like I say it every time, but I love to see these matchups where, you know, that whether it's the champion or the challenger, they accept whoever you put in front of them, and it's going to be a really exciting one. That one,
two of the best gyms in the country, and going head to head. You know, they're both very well. These guys are both very well trained and very ready. So it's just going to be a fantastic fight.
It's a common theme on this whole card. All the top gyms, like, you do really attract the best gyms. There's a lot of GB top team fighters. We've got a lot of Combat Institute, obviously. Renegade, you mentioned earlier, Force, BKK. Out in, and then obviously you've got all the international gyms that you've attracted.
Yeah, like Team Alpha Male, so there's plenty. This is one of the best things about the show is that, you know, every single fighter knows that they're going in for a 50-50 matchup here.
Yeah.
What that does is it sort of cuts the wheat from the chaff. You know, these guys that are fighting on Saturday night, they are ready, they are well trained, and they want to win. And they know they're going up against tough competition. So it just makes for like a fantastic fight. It's a fantastic evening. See, 28 competitive matchups. It's going to be
Oh, you're back.
Sorry.
No, that's cool. Yeah, talking about competitive matchups, the next fight I want to talk about is the 135-pound title. This is Christian Young, who won the 125-pound title at the last show, stepping up, trying to achieve champ status against Dacre Bradley. I mean, Christian is really taking a big risk, I guess, in going up, because he's a legit flyweight, isn't he? Like, he's a small frame, and people want to dare to be great on this show. Like we've just said, they want to test themselves against the best.
As soon as the bout was done in the last one, and Christian won, I got, on the Monday morning, I got a phone call from James Webb, his coach, and he said Christian wants to go for the Bantamweight belt next. Gave me a list of names.
Do people really call you on the Monday after the show?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and I'd already promised that Dacre was like on my case, as soon as he won the fight on the last event.
Yeah.
And I sort of kind of promised him the next shot. So this just made sense. We had Brendan Gate, who was the bantamweight champ. He's busy elsewhere, so we've put this fight together, and it's going to be, honestly, it'll be, again, these two guys really want it. They've both been training very hard. Dacre's been out in the States, I think, preparing for this. It's going to be again, sort of the top bantamweights in the country going head to head. Can't call it, but it's going to be a great one to watch.
Yeah, and Christian, from the stuff I've seen online, he looks like he's put on muscle mass for this one.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this is what we're talking about. Even at amateur, people don't think, oh, I won't have to cut weight. Like, they take it so seriously.
Yeah. They all of the guys. I know this, because I know this is the case with other gyms as well. But all the guys at BKK, all the amateurs, they've all got nutritionists. They've all got professionals that have managed them through the weight card. I mean, this was never a thing when I was competing.
No.
It only really started to become a thing later on in my career. But these guys are professionals from day one, just at the amateur level. So it's really great to see, and how seriously they take it, how well prepared they are. So yeah. testament to them.
Yeah, and I know Christian said last time about his S&C coach as well and how seriously he was taking it on that side.
Yeah.
Obviously, Christian was like working towards that flyweight title he did.
Yeah.
There was one that didn't go his way, and his eyes were on the prize. And then as soon as he's got that, he's just on to the next thing. It's just the ambition is really, really exciting.
Love to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially for you getting a call on the Monday after the show.
Well,
You must think, can I have a week off in between, please?
Well, the next one, our show in December is going to be quite very quick turnaround. So I'm hoping I get lots of phone calls on the Monday because then I can make it happen pretty quick.
So moving on, the 205 amateur title, Carl Mullins.
Yeah.
So every time he steps in there, he just looks even better, and he even looks surprised with his performances. Like he said last time to me, it wasn't a fluke. It wasn't a fluke. I didn't know whether he was telling me or telling himself. Like he's just got such power in his hands.
Yeah, crazy. He just he legitimately got game-changing power in those hands, and you can be dominate. His fight against Mehdi, Mehdi was dominating, and one punch, not even super clean, but just got to he's got to touch those guys and they're out. And again, this is a really good fight because Gully, who is fought the likes of Ian Gary and others, he's coming in, he's ready. I've seen some of his sparring footage from his camp, and he is swinging for the fences. So I expect that to be something that probably Carl welcomes, but they've both got power, right? So it depends who lands first, I think, and it's going to be. I can't see this one going to the floor. I think it's going to until someone lands a shot.
I can't see it going the distance either.
No. It's going to be, I think, over in round one way or another. Yeah.
Hopefully we haven't cursed it now. But the one thing I did want to ask you about Gully is that he hasn't fought for a while. I think he last fought in 2021. Has he been injured, or what? Do you know why that is?
No, I mean he trains out in Iceland. He's a guy actually who's been a bit of a kind of a stalwart on the show, but he's an enigma, I think, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know too much about it, but I know that he turns up from any fight, and he's going to be swinging for the fences. Yeah, that's it.
Well, hopefully we haven't cursed that one by saying it's definitely not going the distance. But yeah, can't see it. And then, so the next one I wanted to talk about is an interim title fight at 145 pounds. Tom Degas-Parro, he was supposed to fight Mason last time, right?
Yeah.
Mason Kinsella, who went on to win the belt. Mason's not on this card, so he's against Benjamin Edozie.
Yeah. So Tom Degas-Parro, again, him and his brother have been kind of stalwarts on the show. They've fought a lot of times, and they're really good. So Tom, I think he won a version of the belt a while ago, a couple of years ago, and we were trying to put this fight together with Mason Kinsella. Last time, I think he got an injury or maybe an infection that's come out of the fight last minute last time.
Yeah,
so we jig things around. Mason won the belt. He's the current champ, but he's not available for this one. So the plan is to have this interim fight. We've got Ben Edozie who fought on the last show, and he was super impressive.
Yeah,
we wanted to put him in for the lightweight title, but his team wanted him to go down to featherweight. So this is why we're doing the fight. Sets up a really big fight in December against Mason Kinsella, and I'm really excited. I can't call it, but Benjamin Edozie, really did look fantastic. I think
That was a
he's a
split
huge prospect.
decision that went down, but to me, that wasn't a split decision.
No.
That was as unanimous as they
Yeah,
get, really.
I thought so too. He looked fantastic, and yeah, he's gonna be a bit of a, I think feel like he's a bit of a star in the making, but he's got to get past Di Gasparo, who is legit. You know, all of these French guys now, I don't know what they're doing over there, but they seem to be fighting every week. They've got these huge records now.
Yeah,
You know, the guys over here just definitely aren't as active, but these guys are racking up the wins over in France. And you know, Tom's another one. I don't think he's coming as 8-1
8
in
and
two
1,
fights.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Incredible.
very
That
exciting fight.
division that division's
Pardon?
mad, isn't it?
Yeah,
That whole division, that's just the people we've had fight on this show is absolutely on fire. There's so many matchups that you can make, even if somebody's not available for the
yeah,
next show, just so top level.
yeah. It's just sort of it just proves how good the level of MMA is getting in the UK.
Yeah,
Really excited time to be around it, I think.
yeah. And then we've got European bantamweight title, Sam Hadley versus Yassine El Mahdi.
Yeah,
Now, Sam Hadley, another Combat Institute fighter, he fought a couple of shows ago and it was his debut and he looked fantastic. He looked so experienced.
yeah. So we originally I didn't try and match him first. I didn't want to match him necessarily against someone as experienced as you're seeing.
Yassine's 7-2-1.
Yeah, he's very good. He sort of lost the decision to Brendan Gate last time out, but that was a
Yeah.
very close fight. Brendan Gate's the number one bantamweight in the UK at the moment.
Mhm.
It's there's not really any question about that. And yes, he looked exceptional against him. You could argue, I know his team did argue that he won the fight, but regardless, we he Yassine was gonna fight for this title, but I didn't expect to match Sam Hadley against him, even though how impressive he looked in his debut, just because of the experience. But
Yeah.
trying to match Sam against anyone else of a similar record, even up to like sort of like 4 or 5 fights, no one was interested. Absolutely no one.
Wow.
No one would take the fight. Everyone said he's too good. So I was got in touch with James, explained the situation. Explained we do have this bout against Yassine available. Yassine's very experienced, but I know how obviously Sam Hadley is very, very, very good on the ground and experienced
Yeah.
and they jumped at the chance. You know, it took them about couple of hours to come back to us, and then they wanted it straight away. So yeah, very, very exciting fight. You know, as we say, Sam Hadley very, he looks like he's had a lot more experience than he has in MMA.
Yeah.
Very experienced in jiu-jitsu. Yassine's one of the best bantamweights in Europe. It's very interesting fight. It's probably one of the fights I'm most looking forward to.
Yeah. I mean, James Webb as a coach he doesn't make decisions lightly. You know, I know that he's stopped his fighters fighting if he thinks they've been knocked out. He won't let them on the next show or whatever. Like when I say fighters need good people around him, I'm talking about coaches like him. He wouldn't accept the fight or encourage Sam to accept the fight if they didn't think they had a good chance, would he?
No, absolutely not. You know, all the guys at the Combat Institute are lucky to have James as their leader.
Yeah.
And you know, as you said, sort of he makes the right decisions for those guys that maybe would have taken the fight if they weren't ready. But he also backs his guys when he believes they've got the stuff to go out there and get the job done. So I'm looking forward to both Sam and Christian fighting this time.
Yeah. Oh, that is going to be a very exciting fight. Like you say, on paper, Sam's got way less experience, but what an accolade to him and his last fight that nobody would accept the fight other than Yassine.
Yeah.
The the next one, another interim European title, Tony Di Gasparo, obviously Tom's brother. That you said he's been on the show a lot before, versus Mehmet Maslak, another GB top team fighter.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that one.
Well, again, so Mehmet's also going down in weight, and this is going to be we're pitching one of the best guys in the UK versus again one of the best guys in Europe. So very tough fight for both. It'll be really interesting how it plays out. Interesting to see how sort of Mehmet deals with his first sort of featherweight fight as well. So yeah, the GB top team guys they'll be killing it all around. In the UFC, PFL, wherever it is, Cage Warriors, and they're always well trained. Always, there's a great map there as well. So much experience to draw from, and expecting Mehmet to do really well. But I know that the Sparrow brothers, they're trying really hard. They've got phenomenal records now, and again, as you saw from the weekend in the UFC, like French MMA is really, he's really sort of running with it at the moment. It's there's so many shows out there. There's shows sort of every weekend, so they get so much experience out there. And the level of MMA is really improving. So
I guess it hasn't been legal there for that long, so they're obviously like taking full advantage now. Now they are able to hold shows,
and there's probably exactly because of that, and there's probably plenty of promoters out there that think they're going to maybe make a ton of money or something, and then got on a couple of shows and then realise actually it's going to break me financially. So I think that's what's happening over there. This was the case in the UK, a while ago. All these shows popped up and then swiftly shut down because they couldn't deal with sort of the financial losses. And I think that's the case out there. But it's going to be those guys are getting tons of experience, so the level is getting higher and higher out there. And I think shows out there probably frequency will settle down, but all those guys will have gained so much experience, and the level of French MMA is going to go up and up.
Yeah. And then before I let you go, I just wanted to talk about some other BKK fighters on the card. I know you're professional and impartial, but I am not, and I always want to give a shout out to these guys. So even without some of the people that we're very used to seeing on this card, like Mason and Ethan Barry, we've got lots of other fighters on the card. Cuba. I'm not even going to attempt your last name, Cuba, because I mess it up every time I say it.
Kawiorski, I think it's Kawiorski.
Yeah, that's how it looks. We haven't seen him for a little while, but I mean, when we're talking about the amateurs taking it seriously, he's so intense when he talks about his training and his nutrition and everything. When you think of how he walked into the gym, like however many years ago that was now, and who he's turned into, he's just incredible, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got like a really, really supportive family, and like all of these. I was saying to Sean the other day that all of the guys fighting this event from BKK, they've can't fault them. Like normally I could be whinging about, he hasn't done this, he hasn't turned up to training, or he's still a bit fat or whatever it is. But I can't, all of these guys are like, there's no stone left unturned. They've been, as I say, they've all got nutritionists, they've all got got
Some
their
of
weight
them are
cut on
using
point.
Arnold's nutritionist, right?
Yeah. So Ollie is Ollie Sarwa on the last show used Arnold's nutritionist for that one on Gator's win
Yep.
pro win the other day. But a lot of I think there's a guy called Charlie Mitten
Yep.
that a lot of these guys are using. They've all got their own.
Yeah.
Using, but yeah, and it's working really well. They're all in tip top condition. Got no injuries from this camp. They've all been working super hard. They've all got tough fights. So this is the thing. It's like, despite being a promoter and their coach, like I have matched them in 50-50 fights. So it's up to them how it goes. But
Yeah.
what I can say is that the training's been phenomenal and no stones left unturned. So no one's got an excuse. But from taking that approach, I believe they're going to go in there very confident.
Yeah.
Able to implement their game plan because of all of the great prep that they've done. So very proud of just how they've prepared, really.
Yeah.
And they go out there and have fun Saturday night, knowing that they've done all the preparation that was required. So we're expecting a great night, win or lose. So yeah,
Well,
very
like you
proud of the team.
say, anything can happen in a fight. It's the lead up that you've got the control over, right? And how much
Absolutely.
preparation you put in, how hard you work,
Yeah.
all the nights out and social occasions that you're saying no to, and that is for me what really impresses me. And
Yeah.
but you could say it about everyone on the card, top to bottom, how seriously they take it. But Mitchell Thorpe, again, like he's another one. I know he's fought on Karate Combat, but like you see him in there and you see his fights and you can't believe how few MMA fights are on his record.
Yeah.
Like that last fight out was, honestly, I was just grinning ear to ear watching it.
Yeah.
He was just like, the angles that he was cutting, just he looked like he was having such fun, and I just felt like I was having fun watching him.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, his opponent was very confident going into that fight. A
Yeah.
high level wrestler. He came from the frontline mid-tier team who are always really well prepared. They've got some great coaching staff there, and it was a tough fight. But as you say, Mitchell kept to the game plan, kept the angles, and his takedown defense was really, really good. He's
Very good.
only really been training MMA properly for about 9 months. We sort of ran into not issues in Karate Combat. Karate Combat, great, but because of the route they were taking. So Mitch with his sort of Karate Combat contract, when he had zero combat sports experience, he'd been in karate but point fighting karate bouts.
Yeah.
And which are not full contact. And he was thrown in the deep end into Karate Combat against guys that had 20 professional MMA fighters. Not lying, they tried to match him against Glory world champ, who had in total probably over 200 Thai boxing
Jesus.
A1 fights. And you're like, and I was sort of pleading to them, guys, you wanted to sign him.
Yeah.
Let's give him some. He's very inexperienced in just combat sport. Let's try and give him someone. Try and match it fairly.
Yeah.
And so they have done on some occasions. And what I have been able to do with them is sort of say, listen, when you don't have bout for him, for whatever reason, the schedule doesn't work or whatever, let me get him more experience.
Yeah.
Doing amateur MMA fights, so that he can gain that experience and go out and perform for Karate Combat as he should be. So yeah, but he's looking absolutely phenomenal. I'm very excited to see how far he can take it in MMA. I think whenever the thing with karate combat sort of ends, I think he's going to move into MMA full time, and he's just super talent. And the more and more experience he gets with the ground game, the wrestling, he's just going to be. I think he's got potential to go right to the top.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And yeah, you mentioned his takedown defense there. That impressed me so much last time because we really got to see that, and just I'm really excited to see how far he can go. I think the sky's the limit for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've got Ethan Lewis on the card as well. Oh, I love Ethan. I love interviewing him. He's just like such a ball of excitement and exuberance.
Yeah, he's coming off a big win against on Supreme Fighting Championships. So he won
where we won the
title
belt.
down there. Yeah, so he had a very tough fight against a opponent he previously lost the split decision to.
Yeah.
And then this time he went out and changed the game plan, listened to his corner, and then put in a dominant performance and got the belt, which was fantastic. It's just to see his evolution as well is phenomenal, and I'm excited to see what he can do. He's now listening to the coaches, which is
he actually said
great.
that I managed to interview him at Cage Warriors Academy. I managed to interview him about this fight, and he said for the first time he was listening to his corner.
He is, but it's changed him. It's changed how he's performing, and I expect him to be going out there and doing some really good things. He's also been trying to compete in grappling and stuff like that. I mean, he recently went out to Helsinki and did some grappling there. Did well. So again, he takes it super seriously. He committed a lot of time to it, and I'm really excited to see him go out there and do his thing. He's just getting better. He's great. His ground game's always been good. Got a very good triangle set up off his back. His hands are really improving. I'm just like to see him go and put that all together now, which I expect to do Saturday.
Yeah. And then Liam, is it Yemen?
Yeah, Yemen, yeah.
So I don't know Liam. Tell me about him.
He's Mason Kinsella's sort of protege. So he's been training with Mason for quite some time now, and he's very game. He's sort of been training with the team now for about probably 6 months, and he's made some drastic improvements. So really, he's now one of the when you watch him sparring, you see him go with some of the best guys in the gym, and he's really holding his own. So very excited to see him go out there and perform. He has, with his sort of previous gym, he has fought on has fought in the amateur MMA bout before, and I'm looking forward to seeing him go out there and get his first win, and really show what he's made of.
And AJ Coffey, I think, is the last BKK rep.
So AJ has fought on the show before, but a long time ago. So when he was 15, he fought John Vettler-Fuhrheim, who was our sort of featherweight champ for quite some time. Now moved on to the pro ranks, but so he was known as the Wonder Kid and was winning belts all over the place and had a vast experience in Muay Thai and MMA. But he was also 15, so we put those guys together. I probably underestimated how good.
We've lost you there for a minute.
And he's made some huge improvements. He's obviously much older now, and I'm looking forward to going out there and seeing what he can do. And he's really excited for it. I'm super excited for it. It's going to be going to be a great fight, and just what I want to get to see him do his thing. And now that he wants to get back in there, it's a bit of something that I really, after that first bout, I really want to see him go out there and have fun and do his thing in a well-matched fight. Yeah.
Oh, that's the last one that I wanted to cover, unless there's any others that you wanted to give a shout out to. We could literally talk about every fight on the card.
I'm not joking. We've got 28 fights, and every single one of them is like a phenomenal fight. I'm so excited. I've actually got, I think I've got a corner 11 people on the night, so it's almost half the card. Just because we've got lots of guys that we've been training with now, and I'm not going to be able to see, watch a lot of the other fights, and I'm kind of a bit bummed out about that, but I know it's going to be a fantastic atmosphere, and it's honestly every single fight is stacked. We're really excited about the level of MMA we're going to see on Saturday, so I can't wait.
It's going to be incredible. We've got one comment come in saying it must be a great feeling to be able to give a platform to some of the UK's most exciting talents. I'd say even more than that, European, maybe world now.
This is it, and it's the only reason we do it, because it doesn't make any money, so like caused me a lot of financial worries, but it is my passion, and it's the team that I work with's passion to do this, and all the gyms involved. It's just like one big team basically. So because we all want this platform, this platform that we can have this. These fights that are going to test our fighters. We're going to make sure that they're ready for the next level up.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what we're doing it for. There's one really exciting bit of news that we're not going to announce until this show's done. But we've got a partnership with the combat sports brand that is going to really take us to the next level, I think, going into 2025. So very excited to announce it. Some of the changes that we'll be announcing is going to be great for some of the fighters involved, and very excited to be able to announce it soon.
That is amazing, because I know the fighters already speak so highly of the show and everything that it does for them. And you mentioned Olisawa earlier. We obviously saw him smash his Cage Warriors debut. How proud does it make you to coach these fighters, give them the platform, and watch them go on to all the way?
It's fantastic, obviously, and it's kind of one of the main reasons why I do it. But to see these young people have these high goals, and these high aspirations for themselves, and go and see them put the work in, and then go and achieve that. It's just it's just amazing, and it's why we do it. Ollie's going to go always to the top. I'm absolutely sure of it. He's got everything. Everything he needs, I think, to be able to do it. And I'm excited to see who they give him next.
Yeah, that KO power. He's had that since he was in amateur, bigger gloves. But since he's turned pro, he's just smashing everyone. I imagine matching him is going to be a bit of a nightmare, but at least not your nightmare anymore.
Well, exactly. It's so good to relieve that burden onto Ian Big. Much better.
And we've got Cameron Stewart coming up. You've done it over and over and over and over again. Tommy Bryan, Jimmy Quinn, Tarek Pell. There's so many guys that were regular features on your show that are coming through Cage Warriors and just storming it.
But it's the pathway that Graham, Ian, and I've created basically, and it's something that we're really proud of. Yeah. And we're hoping that it can help these guys sort of achieve their dreams in the sport. We've shown how it can be done, so just got to put the work in now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, as we said, they all work really, really hard, but you give them the platform as well, and like, yeah, proven pathway. They can, it's just dreams. If you're working hard without the platform, you need the opportunity as well. So, this Saturday, 5th of October, down at Charter Hall in Colchester. I think all the VIP tables have gone. Are there any tickets left, Jack?
There's some limited sort of grandstand tickets, and my phone just keeps buzzing. We've got more and more tickets being sold, so grab them now if you can.
So go through the fighters' links. Whoever you're going to see, go onto their social media, find out how to order through them.
Most of them, if they've done what we've asked, I put their poster up on their Instagram and put the link in their bio, so it makes it easy for them to make commission. Some of the fighters are lazy fuckers and haven't done that, but that's to their own detriment, right? So they've got as part of this, it's part of the sport, but you got to build your own fan base.
Some of them are so good at doing that.
Yeah, the guys that get it, it's not about the promotion. It's about you as a brand. You got to build your own brand identity, and that's going to open up all these opportunities for sponsorship, or better fights, for fighting on the promotions you want to fight on. In the future, it's about you. It's super selfish, but it's if you can't be bothered to start to build your brand, no one else can do it for you. So
no, it's all part of it now as well, whether you enjoy doing that side of it or you don't. And you do see people bitch and moan about people who get opportunities, and some of the time it's because they're better at promoting themselves. And
I mean, it's definitely because of that. There's just it's just part of life, isn't it? There's no point in moaning about not getting the opportunity if you haven't bothered to go out and create the opportunity yourself. So very rare it's going to be handed to you.
And for anyone that can't go, Jack, is there a pay-per-view link like there usually is?
So we've got all of our fighters earn commission from pay-per-view, so use their links. And again, should be on their sort of Instagram, Twitter, Facebook bios, and they go to their pages, and you'll find out. But it's all on our website as well, catereracademy.com, and you'll be able to find the place to go and watch the pay-per-view from there.
Yeah, it'll be all over the social media as well. So make sure you check it out. If you can't get down there, if you can get down there, it's honestly the best atmosphere. And this is just, I say it about every card, but you do just seem to somehow better each show every time with the stuff you learn. And I mean, bringing people over from the States to fight, that's not regional show stuff. Like, this is world-class MMA, and these people are going to the big leagues, a lot of them, and it's just, you want to be in and supporting these guys. You can say that you were at their first amateur fights and watch them go all the way. It's just an incredible feeling to see them all go on, and best show out there, in my opinion.
Thank you. And you're going to see the stars of the future Saturday night, so get down there, get your pictures taken with them, and there's plenty of them. The UK MMA is booming. It's going to be great.
Amazing. Thanks so much for your time, Jack. Really appreciate it. Everyone, you know how to watch on Saturday. If you can be there, if you can't be there, but make sure you don't miss it. Thank you so much, Jack.
Thanks, Kate.